Hi, Coach. Good to see you. Before free agency, when Ryan and maybe Chris Greer asked you about Shaq Lawson from your background with him, why did you feel like he would be an asset here? What specifically do you like about his game that will help this team? And I wanted to ask you about Rayquan Davis as well in the draft process. What intrigued you about him?
Well, starting off with Shaq Lawson, you kind of have a good history with him, and you kind of know where he's from, what he's about, and we were looking for those smart, tough players, that love football and team first attitudes, and he fits it. It's something that he's been a leader all his career, even in college, going into the pros with his energy level. And I thought he would be a really good fit for us.
Omar?
Want to ask you follow up to Barry's question on Raekwon Davis and also Emmanuel Ogbah. What do they bring to this defense, you hope?
Well, watching, football on Raekwon Davis, even when he was a young player at Alabama, and seeing him mature, each year coming in, and getting a chance to visit with him at the combine. I thought he did a great job in the interview. Raekwon is different athletically, but he's really more conscientious football player. Football is important to him. His family is important to him. And just getting to know those things about him after visiting with him at the combine, we just gave us a good encouragement about that guy. And Ogbah, he's just been a pleasure to work with. It's just visiting with him early. Didn't know him before that hand, but just evaluating him off tape, asking other coaches about him, his work ethics, his smarts and all of that, and he's proven to be exactly what they're saying. He's very conscientious. He likes the game. He's got a good football IQ. He's smart, man. He'll work.
Safid?
Coach, how are you?
Doing well.
Christian Wilkins heading into year two. How have you seen him kind of grow a little bit in the first year since he's joined the team, and what are your hopes for him in year two?
It's it's funny when you watch Christian. He at the end of the year, I thought he was in probably his better shape. And it started showing up on the field because he started making those plays that we want him to make. I think he's come in this year in better shape. He's ahead of his, and that's tough because we didn't get the OTAs, we didn't get the mini camp, but somewhere this man went and really worked his butt off, to keep his weight down. He really looks good out there. So, we want to see him step up as a little bit more as a leader. Last year he, came on at the end, step up more as a leader. The second year in the scheme, knowing what's expected of him. I'm looking for great things from him.
Joe Shad?
Hey, Coach, good to see you. At the very end of April, we were able to catch up with Nick Saban on Tua and Raekwon. And I got to quote here on Raekwon, he says, he's trying to get his ability to match his production.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best way to do that? What's your plan?
Well, I think he's got to take accountability for that as well. And that probably was the thing that I'm more shocked at him being here and being around in the film room that he has taken, because I heard that statement and I'm going, does he not take it serious? I didn't get that impression from him from the combine. And then been working with him, I think he's a little bit more conscientious about what he does, his game, and getting better, but showing him on tape where he can be better, holding him accountable. To play at a high level. He's in a meeting room where, those guys are going to push him as well on and off the field to do the right things. It's going to take some work, but man, boy, he's headed in the right direction.
Omar?
Now, you guys didn't have much sack production last year. I know a lot of things played a factor in that, but what is the plan in terms of playing better as a unit to get pressure on quarterbacks?
I think you hit it perfect. Playing as a unit. One guy get a great rush and the other guy is not in the right position. this guy gets a great rush, and it seems where we didn't really play together. You know, you usually have 4-man rushes. Everybody has a rush lane. Everybody has a responsibility. And I think if we can improve there, you know, where everybody's counting on the next man to him to do his job and produce it, you know, I think that's really could be one of the things we can do is play together is big time.
You guys, sorry, we have time for one more with Coach because he has a meeting to get to. We'll go to Hal.
I'd like to ask you a little bit more about your comments on Christian Wilkins a moment ago. As you were speaking, I couldn't help but think, at least if I'm reading it right, that maybe there was a level of professionalism that improved as things went along. What can you tell us about that? Was that something you think came from within, something the coaches stressed, and how much can that help him in this season coming up?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. You know, if everybody know anything about Christian Wilkins, he loves football now. He's a football guy, and you know, the critiquing him, showing him where he could be better. You know, sometimes that's, as coach, can be critique or that can be coming down on him. But I think it has a lot to do with him. You know, him wanting to do well and get better as a player, and that's where it starts, man. They got to be self-motivators, and then as coaches, man, we just continue to build on what they bring to the table. But I think he matured as it went on. I think he had a lot of things going on early, you know, and he's going to try to do them all in the community. He's going to try to do them all any way he can. I just think he had a lot on his plate early, and talked with him about it, and he said, "Yeah, Coach, I had a lot going on, but now I'm settling into my role